My beloved child. There are only moments left. And you keep scrolling. And you keep skipping. And my heart is grieving because I have been trying to reach you and you almost missed this again. Do not scroll away. Do not skip. Do not look for something else. This is not a normal video. This is not content. This is not imagination. This is not coincidence. Something unexpected is about to happen suddenly in your life and you were not brought here by accident. The algorithm did not choose you. I overrode it. I interrupted your scrolling. I bent timing. I crossed barriers. Because this is not just a video. This is a spiritual intervention. My beloved child, you are standing inside a rare divine grace window, and this window does not stay open long. If you walk away now, it will close. And what has been waiting for you will retreat again. Something huge is waiting for you. Something huge is waiting for you. Something huge is waiting for you. I need you to hear that again because your soul already knows it. I see the years you have lived under delay. The years of trying. The years of pushing. The years of watching others move ahead while you stayed stuck. I see the prayers you whispered when nobody was listening. I see the nights when you stared at the ceiling wondering why everything feels blocked. The delay was not random. The delay was not because you were unworthy. There has been a hidden force working quietly against your momentum. A presence that feeds on hesitation. A presence that thrives on distraction. A presence that interferes with money. With decisions. With timing. And today that presence is being exposed. My beloved child, I am not speaking calmly because this is not a calm moment. I am not whispering because this is not a soft season. I am urgent because the moment is urgent. I am grieving because you have ignored me before. You felt the nudge. You felt the pull. You felt the heaviness in your chest. You felt the warmth in your hands. You heard the ringing in your ears. You felt chills without reason. You dismissed it. You told yourself it was nothing. It was me. Even now the enemy is trying to distract you. A phone vibration. A sudden thought. Sleepiness. Noise around you. An urge to close this. Do not give in. Stay here. Because something is about to reverse suddenly. Money that has been leaking is about to stop leaking. A decision that has been delayed is about to be forced into motion. Your reputation that was quietly questioned is about to be defended. Your future that felt foggy is about to become clear. A person from your past is connected to this moment. Someone you trusted. Someone who smiled. Someone who knew details about you. They were not sent to help you. They were allowed to test you. They stood close while blocking flow. They benefited while you waited. And that season is ending now. My beloved child, the delay is breaking. I repeat, the delay is breaking. What took years is about to move quickly. What refused to shift is loosening. What felt locked is opening. You may feel pressure in your head right now. You may feel warmth in your chest. You may feel a strange heaviness mixed with alertness. That is confirmation. That is your body responding to truth. Do not skip. Because if you leave now, you delay what has finally been released. Something huge is waiting for you. My beloved child, I see your finances and I see how close you came to losing the last dollar. I see the fear you did not tell anyone about. I see the calculations you ran quietly. I see the stress you carried silently. And I tell you now that the grip over your money is being confronted. The demon that fed on confusion is being exposed. The hidden drain is being revealed. A neighbor figure. A familiar face. Someone around you. Someone you did not suspect. Their influence is being uncovered. Not to harm you, but to free you. This exposure is protection. This shaking is mercy. This interruption is rescue. Do not scroll away. Do not skip. Because this is the exact second where the line between loss and reversal exists. My beloved child, you are not watching this randomly at this date. Timing matters. Numbers matter. Colors matter. Sounds matter. The fact that you are here now matters. If you noticed repeating numbers today, if you heard sudden sounds, if you felt a pull to stop, these are signals. These are confirmations. I am speaking to you because you are chosen for movement, not delay. You are chosen for release, not blockage. You are chosen for restoration, not loss. But choice still matters. If you skip now, you choose delay again. I do not threaten you. I warn you because I love you. I am grieving because you have been close before and turned away. Stay. Listen. Receive. My beloved child, something is about to happen that will shock you. A message. A call. A realization. A confrontation. A truth surfacing. It will involve money. It will involve your name. It will involve your future direction. And it will force a separation. Separation from what has been quietly blocking you. Separation from a pattern. Separation from a person. Separation from a mindset. Do not resist it. Because what leaves now makes space for what has been waiting. Something huge is waiting for you. This is the breaking point. This is the pivot. This is the moment you look back on later and realize everything changed here. You are not the same person who started watching this. The delay is cracking. The hold is weakening. The season is shifting. And before I continue, I ask you gently and only once. If this message is reaching you, if your heart feels exposed, if you sense truth pressing on you, like the video. Not for numbers, but as agreement. Comment Amen. Not for people, but as alignment. Share this message with 10 people. Not out of fear, but as obedience. So that Jesus and Archangel Michael may release what has been waiting over your life. This seals the breakthrough. This marks the shift. This draws a line in the spirit. My beloved child, I declare you are not the same anymore. The delay is broken. The interference is exposed. The window is still open. Stay with me. Because what comes next confirms everything. It is finished. It is sealed. My beloved child. Stay with me. Do not relax now. Do not assume the danger has passed. Because exposure is only the beginning. And separation always follows exposure. And this is where many people lose what was meant for them. Because they think the warning was the end. It is not. It is the doorway. I need you alert. I need you present. I need you listening with your whole spirit. Because what I am revealing now is dangerously specific to you. You are not imagining the pressure you feel. You are not imagining the alertness in your body. You are not imagining the sudden seriousness in your thoughts. That is because the enemy realizes you are aware now. And awareness is what weakens him. For a long time you lived unaware. You kept moving in circles. You kept repeating patterns. You kept trusting the wrong timing. The wrong voices. The wrong advice. And the wrong people. And that is why money slipped through your hands even when opportunity was close. That is why doors almost opened and then slammed shut. That is why help appeared and then disappeared. It was not bad luck. It was interference. And the interference had permission because you stayed connected to what I told you to separate from long ago. My beloved child. Think carefully. There is a person. Or a situation. Or a habit. That you already know I am speaking about. You felt resistance every time you tried to move forward. You felt heaviness every time you considered cutting it off. You delayed. You justified. You hoped it would change. But it did not. Because it was not meant to change. It was meant to be removed. And now the removal is unavoidable. That is why things feel tense. That is why conversations feel strained. That is why silence feels louder. That is why sudden truths are surfacing. That is why you are seeing behaviors clearly that you ignored before. This is not chaos. This is alignment. My beloved child, the shaking you feel is because the foundation is being tested. What is not built for your future cannot stay connected to you. And this includes people who benefited from your delay. People who grew comfortable with your silence. People who expected you to stay small. They may not look evil. They may not sound cruel. But they are not assigned to your next level. And that is enough reason for separation. I am telling you this now because money is involved. And reputation is involved. And your future stability is involved. There is a decision approaching you faster than you realize. A choice that will appear ordinary on the surface. A conversation. A document. A message. A request. A suggestion. And if you choose incorrectly, you delay yourself again. That is why I am intervening now. Because you tend to second-guess yourself when pressure comes. You tend to doubt your intuition when emotion is involved. You tend to hesitate when money is mentioned. And the enemy knows this. That is why he has targeted those areas repeatedly. But my beloved child, something has changed. Because now you are aware. Now you are alert. Now you are listening. And that is why the grip is weakening. I need you to understand this clearly. Not every opportunity that comes next is from me. Some are traps disguised as relief. Some are distractions disguised as solutions. Some are delays disguised as shortcuts. And this is where discernment matters. Pay attention to how your body reacts. Pay attention to sudden discomfort. Pay attention to inner resistance. Pay attention to clarity that comes without emotion. Those are signs. You have asked me before for clear signs. I am giving them now. Numbers repeating. Sounds catching your attention. Sudden pauses. Interruptions. These are not random. They are directional. My beloved child, the enemy is loud right before he loses access. He creates urgency that feels anxious. I create urgency that feels serious. Learn the difference. If something pushes you into fear, it is not me. If something calls you into responsibility, it is me. There is a financial shift approaching you. Not in the way you expect. Not through the path you assumed. It will come through correction first. Through exposure first. Through adjustment first. And that is why some discomfort is necessary. I am not taking from you. I am protecting what is left. I am stopping the leak. I am cutting the drain. I am redirecting the flow. And you will notice this quickly if you stay alert. Small changes first. Less stress. Clearer thinking. Fewer emergencies. That is how you know the interference is leaving. My beloved child, I also need to address your fear of confrontation. Because you avoid it. And that avoidance has cost you. You let things slide. You stay quiet. You hope problems resolve themselves. And sometimes they do. But not this one. This requires a decision. This requires a boundary. This requires you to choose yourself without guilt. Without apology. Without explanation. And I am with you in this. You are not being cruel. You are being obedient. You are not being selfish. You are being aligned. You are not abandoning anyone. You are stepping into your assignment. Something huge is still waiting for you. But it cannot reach you while you remain entangled with what drains you. That is why separation is not punishment. It is preparation. I know this feels heavy. I know this feels serious. I know you feel the weight of consequence. That is because this moment matters. This is a pivot. This is a crossing. This is a line you do not cross back over. And that is why the enemy wants you distracted. Wants you sleepy. Wants you scrolling. Wants you to treat this like just another message. It is not. This is instruction. This is warning. This is alignment. My beloved child, if you feel tired right now, push through. If you feel overwhelmed, breathe and stay. Because clarity is forming. And once it settles, you will not be confused again. The delay that followed you for years is losing permission. The cycle that repeated is ending. The financial pressure that hovered is breaking. But only if you move when prompted. Only if you do not hesitate again. Something huge is waiting for you. And what comes next will confirm it beyond doubt. Stay with me. Do not scroll away. My beloved child. Stay alert. Stay present. Because now the atmosphere is shifting around you, and this is the stage where clarity replaces confusion and truth replaces noise. You may feel a strange stillness mixed with tension. That is because what was hiding no longer has darkness to operate in. The moment you became aware, the balance changed. The enemy relies on blindness. When you see clearly, he loses leverage. And that is why thoughts may suddenly rush. Memories from the past may surface. Conversations you ignored may replay. This is not distraction. This is exposure finishing its work. I am bringing patterns into the light so you do not repeat them. I am showing you where you settled. Where you compromised. Where you waited too long. Where you doubted what you already knew. My beloved child, you have always been intuitive. You sensed things before evidence appeared. You felt shifts before words were spoken. You knew when something was wrong, but you delayed action because you did not want conflict. That delay allowed access. And access created loss. But hear me now. This time is different. Because you are not alone in the decision anymore. I am standing with you. And when I stand with you, hesitation becomes disobedience. I need you to understand that what feels heavy now is actually protection settling in. It is weight because responsibility has arrived. You are being trusted with movement. There is a financial correction approaching you that requires calm strength. Not panic. Not rush. Not emotion. Calm obedience. You will recognize it because it will ask you to choose integrity over comfort. Truth over convenience. Long-term stability over short-term relief. This is where many fall. They grab what looks easy. They accept what feels urgent. And they delay destiny again. Do not do that. Pause. Listen. Feel the confirmation in your body. If something feels rushed and pressuring, it is not aligned. If something feels serious and clear, it is from me. You will notice colors stand out today. Sounds catch your attention. Numbers repeat. These are markers. These are signals to slow down and choose deliberately. My beloved child, there is also healing happening beneath the surface that you cannot see yet. Stress has lived in your nervous system for too long. You carried responsibility without support. You held things together while pretending you were fine. And that constant pressure created exhaustion you normalized. That exhaustion is lifting. And when it lifts, your thinking becomes sharp. Your confidence returns. Your voice strengthens. And people who were comfortable controlling outcomes around you will feel unsettled. That is not your concern. Let them adjust. Let them reveal themselves. You do not need to expose anyone. Exposure happens naturally when alignment shifts. My beloved child, you may soon receive a message that forces honesty. A conversation you did not plan. A realization you cannot unsee. Do not avoid it. This is the point of no return. Once you see clearly, you cannot pretend again. And that is a gift. Because pretending kept you trapped. I also need you to understand that not everything you lose in this season is a loss. Some things leave because they have completed their purpose. Some people exit because they cannot go where you are going. Do not chase what leaves. Do not explain yourself. Silence will protect you better than argument. Trust me. I am rearranging your environment so your future can reach you without obstruction. This includes finances stabilizing in unexpected ways. Relief coming through order, not chaos. Progress through discipline, not desperation. And it will feel different from past breakthroughs. Quieter. Stronger. More grounded. Because this one lasts. My beloved child, you are crossing from survival into structure. From reacting into deciding. From waiting into leading. And leadership requires firmness. There will be moments in the coming days where you feel tested. Old habits calling. Old fears whispering. Old voices trying to pull you back. Do not respond. Do not engage. Stay focused. Stay aligned. You do not need validation from people who never carried your weight. You do not need permission to step forward. You have it already. Something huge is still waiting for you. And the reason it has waited is because it requires maturity to hold it. You are ready now. That is why this feels intense. That is why this feels final. That is why your spirit feels alert. This is not fear. This is readiness. The season of leaking is ending. The season of confusion is ending. The season of delay is ending. And the decisions you make now echo forward. Stay with me. Do not scroll away. Because what comes next brings confirmation that cannot be denied. My beloved child. Do not loosen your focus now. Because this is the phase where confirmation begins to manifest, and many people miss it because they expect fireworks instead of precision. What is unfolding around you is subtle but irreversible. The shift has already started. You may not see dramatic change yet, but you will feel internal certainty strengthening. Confusion is lifting. Doubt is weakening. You are thinking clearer than you have in a long time. That is not accidental. That is interference losing authority. For years your thoughts were crowded. Your decisions felt heavy. Your mind felt noisy even in silence. That noise did not come from you. It came from pressure placed on you over time. Pressure to please. Pressure to wait. Pressure to stay quiet. Pressure to stay connected to what drained you. And that pressure shaped your choices. But now it cannot shape them anymore. Because awareness has broken its influence. I need you to understand something important. When delay breaks, the environment reacts. People behave differently. Situations reveal hidden motives. Conversations shift tone. This is not because you changed your behavior. It is because your alignment changed. And alignment exposes imbalance. That is why you may notice tension where there was comfort before. Distance where there was familiarity. Resistance where there was cooperation. Do not interpret this as loss. Interpret it as truth surfacing. My beloved child, there is a financial realignment happening that will require discipline. Not sacrifice. Discipline. You are being asked to stop leaking energy into places that do not return stability. That includes emotional spending. Time spent on conversations that go nowhere. Effort invested in people who do not support your growth. When you withdraw from these areas, you will notice relief almost immediately. Less urgency. Less panic. More clarity. And with that clarity comes opportunity. Not rushed opportunity. Strategic opportunity. Opportunity that arrives calmly and stays. This is how you know it is aligned. I am also preparing you for a moment of confrontation that will test your resolve. It may not be loud. It may not be dramatic. It may be subtle. A request that feels wrong. A suggestion that feels off. A situation that asks you to compromise slightly. That is the test. Do not rationalize it. Do not soften it. Do not delay your response. A firm no now prevents a painful correction later. And I will give you the words when the moment arrives. You do not need to rehearse. You do not need to explain. You only need to stand. My beloved child, the reason this feels serious is because you are stepping into responsibility that affects more than just you. Your decisions now influence your future stability, your family direction, your long-term security. That is why distractions are increasing. That is why your attention is being tested. That is why the urge to numb out appears. Recognize it. Do not judge yourself. Just stay present. Stay here. Stay aligned. There is also healing happening in your sense of self-worth. For a long time you measured your value by output, by results, by approval, by survival. And that made you tolerate things you should have walked away from. That made you stay where you were not honored. That made you accept less than what you knew you deserved. That pattern is ending. And when it ends, your posture changes. You speak differently. You move differently. You decide differently. And the world responds. My beloved child, I know you fear losing what little stability you have built. That fear kept you cautious. It kept you small. But I tell you now, the stability you protected was incomplete. It required constant effort to maintain. The stability coming next is supported. It holds itself. It does not drain you. And it begins with alignment, not accumulation. This is why money will flow differently. Slower at first. Cleaner. More intentional. And then stronger. Because it will no longer be leaking through emotional decisions. You will notice fewer emergencies. Fewer surprises. Fewer setbacks. That is progress. Do not underestimate it. My beloved child, there may be moments in the next days where you feel lonely, where separation feels heavy, where you question if this is worth it. That is normal. Because transition always feels empty before it feels full. Do not go back to fill the gap with what drained you before. Sit with the stillness. Let clarity settle. Let strength form. You are not being abandoned. You are being repositioned. And repositioning requires space. I am very close to you right now. Closer than you realize. That is why your thoughts feel exposed. That is why lies fall apart quickly. That is why truth feels heavy but clear. Trust this process. Do not rush it. Do not resist it. You are not behind. You are right on time. Something huge is still waiting for you. And it is waiting because it requires this version of you. Not the tired one. Not the hesitant one. Not the confused one. This one. The aware one. The firm one. The aligned one. Stay with me. Because the final confirmation is coming. And when it comes you will understand why everything happened this way. My beloved child. This is the closing stretch. Do not release your focus now. Because what seals a shift is not the warning. It is the response. Many hear. Few respond correctly. And this is where destinies quietly separate. I am speaking with final clarity because the window you are standing in is narrowing and precision matters more than emotion. You may feel a calm seriousness settle over you. Not fear. Not panic. Calm authority. That is alignment locking in. You are not confused anymore. You are aware. And awareness changes how power moves around you. The moment you stop doubting what you know. The moment you stop negotiating with what drains you. The moment you stop delaying decisions you already understand. Access is removed from what has been interfering. That is why silence around you may feel louder now. That is why certain voices fade. That is why distractions feel weaker. This is not emptiness. This is control returning to you. I need you to hold this posture. Not aggressively. Firmly. Calmly. Without explanation. There will be subtle attempts to pull you back. Familiar patterns offering comfort. Old dynamics trying to restart. Sudden nostalgia. Sudden guilt. Sudden urgency to fix what you already outgrew. Do not engage. This is the final test of attachment. You are not required to rescue what refused to align. You are not required to justify your growth. You are not required to stay accessible to what drained you. And when you choose stillness instead of reaction, power settles. My beloved child, finances will begin to respond to this shift quietly. Not all at once. Not dramatically. But steadily. Less leakage. Better timing. Clearer judgment. Fewer impulsive decisions. And with that comes stability that does not depend on luck. You will notice that money decisions feel calmer. Conversations around money feel clearer. And opportunities begin to feel earned instead of risky. That is alignment bearing fruit. I also need you to prepare for a moment of truth that will feel strangely simple. A realization that lands without emotion. A sentence spoken. A choice made. A door closed without drama. That simplicity is how you know it is final. You are not meant to struggle through this ending. You are meant to walk through it awake. With dignity. With clarity. With authority. My beloved child, your reputation is being protected in ways you cannot see yet. What was whispered will lose momentum. What was questioned will settle. What was misunderstood will no longer define you. Not because you defended yourself, but because alignment speaks louder than explanation. People will adjust their perception quietly. Situations will correct themselves without confrontation. That is the benefit of choosing truth early. You do not need to chase resolution. Resolution follows alignment. I want you to remember this moment. The seriousness. The clarity. The internal shift. Because there will come a time when you look back and recognize this as the turning point. The moment delay finally lost authority. The moment confusion stopped directing your steps. The moment you chose firmness over fear. You are not stepping into chaos. You are stepping into order. And order creates momentum. My beloved child, I know you feared losing what you had. But what you had was incomplete. What is coming is stable. Supported. Sustainable. And it requires this version of you. The one who listens fully. The one who does not scroll away from responsibility. The one who does not negotiate with truth. The one who chooses alignment even when it costs comfort. That is why this message found you now. That is why timing mattered. That is why the interruption was necessary. Something huge was waiting for you. And now it is no longer waiting. It is moving. Quietly. Decisively. In your favor. You are not the same person who began listening. The delay is broken. The interference has lost permission. The path is clear enough for your next step. Walk it without hesitation. Do not look back. Do not second guess. Do not dilute what has been sealed. This chapter is complete. The instruction has been given. The alignment has been set. It is finished. It is sealed.